Hello and good morning, members, and welcome to the meeting of the Kirkcudbright Common Good Subcommittee. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded and will be made available for viewing through our council's website. Members may notice that when calling members to speak, I will refer to them formally using their title, e.g. Councillor Smith, so that it's clear who are councillors and who are officers. Remote participation, please follow the good practice guide, which includes muting microphones and switching off your video when you are not addressing the meeting. Writing speak in the Teams chat function when you want to contribute. Please don't repeat contributions already made by other members. No material should be posted in the chat in function if it's intended to be part of the discussion. The usual standing orders apply, including that any votes will be undertaken by roll call. If any members have to leave the meeting, please either leave the Teams meeting for that period of time or write leave in the Teams chat function and then join when you rejoin the meeting so we can keep track on whether the meeting is quorate. All members should speak clearly, taking their time and speaking directly into the microphone and when making contributions. When referring to reports, please provide reference to the relevant page and paragraph to allow everyone to follow. Please focus contributions on areas where clarification is required or to propose an alternative to a recommendation. Moving to agenda item 1, Cedrin apologies. Melinda, can you provide the Cedrin indicating who is participating remotely and any apologies, please?
Okay, so everybody's contributing remotely, and we have Councillor John Denley in the chair. We've got Councillor Dougie Campbell and Councillor Andy McFarlane that have joined us. I haven't received any apologies from Lindsay Forbes, but I noticed that he's not joined us so far.
Thank you, Melinda. I can confirm my agreement to the participation of members named as participating remotely. Item 2, declarations of interest. Do members have any statement of connection or declaration of interest to declare based on the definition? Statement of connection. For transparency reasons, members may wish to make a public statement. Declaration of interest. Members would now require to leave the meeting for that item. Councillor Campbell.
Thank you, Chair. John, I was going to say before you moved on there to ask the question, a governance question perhaps of Melinda, in terms of us not having a representative present from the Community Council. Is it competent for us to continue the meeting and make a decision on the application in the absence of the Community Council's representative?
Yes, it is.
Melinda?
Yes,
Thanks,
it is.
Melinda.
They're, as I understand it, and Wilma will certainly keep me right on this, they are non-voting members of the committee.
Yes, that's correct.
Can I just ask a follow-up question to that, please, before we continue? So I noticed in the summary of the application itself that the section on Community Council comments mentions that they were unable to comment due to the timing of the application being received. Does that affect the conduct of this meeting this morning?
No, it doesn't. The community councils are not statutory consultees or anything like that for this committee. They are asked for their comments on reports, but they're not. There's no sort of reason why we can't go ahead without their comments included.
Okay, thanks, Melinda.
Councillor Campbell, are you satisfied with those responses? Happy to move forward? Okay, thank you for raising them.
And after all that, I forgot to make a declaration of interest in relation to this application. My wife has been asked to chair one of the events that will take place should the Fringe Festival go ahead. I haven't discussed this application with her, and I've got no involvement myself with the organisers of the event. Therefore, I don't think it affects my participation in today's meeting.
Thank you, Councillor Campbell, for that statement. Are there any other declarations of interest or conflict? If not, we'll move on to item 3, minutes of previous meeting of Wednesday, the 15th of May, 2024 for approval. Are members happy to approve?
Happy to approve, John.
Thank you, Councillor McFarlane. Item 4, applications for financial assistance from Kirkcudbright Common Good Fund. Report by Head of Thriving Communities. Our only report is for application for financial assistance from Kirkcudbright Fringe CIC. It is for events in September 2024, and because of our next scheduled meeting was not until the 18th of September 2024, I authorised for this meeting to be held to deal with this application. Details of the application are contained in Appendix 2 to the report. Melinda Dolan is present to answer any questions. Members and community representatives, do you have any comments or questions for Melinda? Councillor McFarlane.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Hi, Melinda. On looking at this, they're asking for £5,000, but they say the cost is £16,000, and then they break that down. State that they only have £100 in free reserves. It's on the page. And then they say that they've been awarded £1,000 by the Glasgow Publicity for Promotions, £1,500 from D&G Council, and then they've applied for £2,287 from Region-wide Community Fund. If we do this, I'm assuming that adds up to £16,000, but generally, don't we look for match funding from the actual organisers? You know, for them to say they've got £100, they're pulling all this together with money borrowed from everywhere else. Are we not expecting them to make some sort of contribution?
Through you, Chair. As I understand it, they do sell tickets for these events. So some of the balance for the costs of running the event will come from ticket sales. Last year, looking at their accounts from last year, they got £4,730 in ticket sales and £4,600 in sponsorship. And then other income on top of that. So they seem to be running along the model where part funding from grants and other sources and part from ticket sales. We wouldn't normally ask for match funding as a requirement of that. I'm not as familiar as Ingrid with the rules around your funding criteria, but I can't see anything in that says that there needs to be match funding, although Wilma's here and she might have other comments in that, but as far as I'm aware, that isn't one of the criteria that they need to meet in order to be eligible for funding.
Thank you for that. Wilma, have you got anything to add?
Okay, is that okay?
No, I have nothing further to add.
Yeah, I understand. At the Stewardship Area Committee at our last meeting, there was some discussion at the Common Good Fund about councillors' view of trying to encourage those who apply in the future that they shouldn't be solely reliant on annual contributions from this funding pot. So whilst we may agree to approve it, do we approve it on this occasion? Is that the recommendation? So moving on to 4.1, note that remaining forecast 3 income balance of £7,723,000 is available for disbursement in 2024-25 financial year. 4.2, note the agreed grant criteria for funding is defined at Appendix 1. And 4.3, consider and agree awards to the applicant as detailed in paragraph 4.12 and Appendix 2. Are members happy to agree the recommendations?
Happy to agree.
Yeah, happy to agree, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Campbell and Councillor McFarlane, for agreeing that amount. So item 7, any other business deemed urgent by the chairman due to the need for clarification? I've no urgent business, so that concludes the meeting. And could I thank you all for your contribution, and to our staff as well and officers. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chair.